will join us as well. In fact, Kody Epps, wide receiver, BYU. You played at Mater Dei, is that right?
Yes.
Yes,
sir.
That's one of the alphas of the high school football,
Yes,
like
sir.
a factory, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what is all of this, Brigham Young, Big 12? It's been 20 months or so. Everyone's kind of known this was happening, but now that it's official and now we're just around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
A little closer.
Okay, sorry.
There you go.
Is that good?
Yep, that's perfect.
Okay, yeah. It's been exciting, man. Just to be out here with the different people that I've come across, have the different conversations, sit down with different people that I probably wouldn't have come across if I was still in an independent state of football. But just to be out here, man, is a blessing. I'm so gracious to be able to be out here, connect with the different football players, the different coaches. Like, I got to say what's up to Coach Sarkisian today.
Yeah.
He knew who I was because he recruited Bryce at Mater Dei.
Okay.
And then I got to meet Coach Sonny Dykes today. I said what's up to him, but like, it was one of the greatest moments ever. Like, so to be able to do that is just like a cool experience, and I'm so blessed to be able to do that.
Are you a football nerd? Is that like, do you feel like that? You're in, Sonny Dykes, Steve Sarkisian, all these people coming at you, and you're just like, oh my gosh.
Yes. So just by the way, all I watch on YouTube is everybody's spring game. Literally, that's all I've been watching. And then I've been watching on my film a little bit of our first game, Sam Houston State. But I love to watch football all day long and learn about the different coaches, learn about the different schemes that they have and things of that nature. So
let me tell you something about Sam Houston State. They can play now.
yes.
And they waited last year and almost like redshirted a bunch of players because they weren't eligible to make the playoffs in what was FCS. They've got some players now.
No, I've been watching film on them. Those dudes fly around.
Yeah.
They come to play each and every week. They come to play each and every game. And I think the biggest thing about them, too, is the fact that, when you're coming out of FCS, you want to make a statement early. But those dudes are already playing top-level football, top-tier football with what they were dealt with and what they were playing with. So now that it's our first game, man, I'm so excited to be able to play against them.
I want to rewind to Coach Sark for a second. Did you know of him more as a BYU quarterback or as the Texas head coach, USC, all of that?
Alabama.
So, yes. So, listen, that dude is a legend, right? Coach Sark is a legend. So, I was actually like 10 feet away right here, and he's walking by, and he says, "What's up, Kody?" I'm like, this dude knows me? This dude knows my name? So, I'm like, "What's up, Coach? It's so good to actually meet you and formally meet you," because I've seen him come on campus at Mater Dei to recruit Bryce when he was with Alabama. But then when I got to BYU, I didn't know anything about the alum of BYU, but to know that Coach Sark is a BYU guy and to be able to connect with him on that was a pretty cool experience. So I didn't know, but now I'm so happy that I do know.
I don't even know. Are you playing Texas this year? Are they on your schedule?
Yes, I believe so.
There you go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I think you guys are one of the only new schools that got both Texas and OU.
Yes,
right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Austin, October the 28th. BYU in Texas.
And BYU in Texas played back in the day when who was the option quarterback?
Taysom Hill.
Yeah,
Taysom Hill.
Just tore him up.
Yeah. So
Twice.
I know. So I'm excited. Yeah, BYU and Texas have history, but I'm just so glad to be a part and blessed to be a part of that opportunity. Like we talk about, we're stepping into the Big 12 now. So the guys on this football team are kind of the front runners because there won't be a first time of BYU stepping into this conference and doing this. So I'm excited. I'm excited for all those games.
We've had Coach Sitake on a bunch of times on our show, and he is enthusiastic. He's got a very unique way about him. I would say, talking to you here, just these few minutes, your personalities line up pretty well, don't they?
Yeah, that's my guy, man. The biggest thing about BYU is the culture and the guys that he wants on his football team, and to be able to play for a guy like that makes it so much easy because you just want to embrace everybody. You just want to embrace every experience and just be gracious and so show so much gratitude to the people like you guys allowing me to come on this show, and gratitude to the Big 12 for allowing us to be a part of that. So, I mean, yeah, we mesh pretty well, me and Coach Kalani.
So what's been the messaging this offseason as far as, I'm sure you've heard it, every new school's heard it, like the adjustment period and, being, in y'all's case, in a conference, actually. I know y'all play tough schedules, but just what's he kind of hammered home as far as what you guys are, going to be going into this upcoming season?
Just being emotionally attached to, not emotionally, but being attached to the process and not emotionally attached to the results. We want to be attached to every day we have an opportunity to grow as a team, gel together as a team, grow with our coaches, come every day, work hard, watch film, do PRPs the right way. And like I said, gel together. That's been the biggest focus. Like, the schedule is going to be there. We can't look too forward to that. Like, of course, we want to play some big time football, but the biggest thing is taking care of business right now when we have the opportunity to hone in on the small things so they don't become big things later.
Do you think because of what Brigham Young and the schedule you've faced among the 4 incoming schools, and you know some of them, UCF and Cincinnati and Houston, are you more ready, perhaps not that you're saying you're better than them, but more ready to join this Power 5 conference, at least right now?
I don't have an answer to that one. That's above my pay grade. All I know is that BYU is ready to play some football, but I don't know who's more ready. I just know that we're ready and we're excited to be a part of this conference and play some football.
Kody Epps, wide receiver, Brigham Young with us. Keaton Slovis just around the corner. Kalani Sitake is going to join us here in just a minute.
Good answer, by the way.
Yeah.
Boarded the soundbite.
Yeah. You could be a politician.
Yeah.
I actually got that a lot.
Yeah.
Everybody at BYU, all the weight trainers in there that sometimes tell me I could be a president one day.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I can't do it, man.
That's a hard job. That's
Yeah,
a really
for
hard
sure.
job.
I commend all the dudes that can.
So you have a new quarterback, Keaton Slovis. You guys had Jared Hall for a long time, so you get used to one guy and you have to adjust to one. How's that adjustment period been? Because Keaton's got a lot of experience.
Yeah, I think the biggest adjustment with being on the football team, and especially being a receiver and have a quarterback throw you to football, is the off the field stuff. Spending time with him off the field and understanding him as a person and understanding what gets him going and what keeps him happy and what keeps him wanting to play football. Those are the things that I think makes football seamless, because at the end of the day, we're going to have to play with each other regardless. It's just knowing each other on a personal level that makes the trust even more strong when we hit the football field together.
How big has you seem like a natural born leader, kind of like going along with the presidential thing, but where did that get instilled in you? Is that a family thing? Is that a teacher, a mentor thing? Where did that kind of get instilled in you?
I think, just from a very young age, I've had to kind of be a leader. I've kind of had to trailblaze with my family and things of that nature. So a lot of people don't know this. I traveled 2 hours to and from to get to Mater Dei every single morning and night.
Did you really?
Yes, and I was having to do homework on the bus. On the van. I was having to make sure school was taken care of, to be on honor roll academically, and of course make things happen when football came down to it. So to be able to do that, I think that taught me a lot. Sitting with myself a lot and still having to get things done and still having to produce at a very high level is what. It's a lot to this and why I am the way I am.
So 2 hours is not just standard LA traffic. That's in addition to the traffic plus how far you were living away.
So no, it's typically like an hour. It's typically like an hour to get to school with with moderate traffic.
Yeah.
But we're talking about heavy traffic, which is the morning time.
Which is California.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is San Francisco is pretty bad too, but Los Angeles. And the way that it works is typically people are going inward at night, coming outward in the morning to get to work. So those are the places that I'm going. Mater Dei is in Orange County, closest to the beach. So people are going most likely there to work. And then on my way back to get back to LA, I'm going with the flow of traffic, which is people trying to get back to where they live. So it was pretty tough, man, but I got through it.
That's a commitment now.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you're playing for this school that spits out talent.
Yes.
And also you get to play with that talent,
Yeah.
Bryce Young among others.
Yes. It was a blessing. I got to be around a lot of different people. The biggest thing for me was the non-football stuff. The different culture that I got to step into, each and every classroom that I got to step into was something that has changed my life forever. To be able to have different conversations with different people from different walks of life, I think it's so pivotal for me as a person outside of football. And of course, like you talked about football, it's just competition on a whole nother level. It's just like, it's all relative. Like playing at Mater Dei, it was week in and week out, dude. You're playing against dudes that are going to Alabama, Florida, Texas, all the schools of the Big 12, Kansas State. You're playing against those dudes week in and week out. So it just rises your level of intensity as well.
Did you play against De La Salle?
Yes. Played against those dudes. Those are some hard-nosed, hard-hitting dudes, man. I think they still run like the veer offense, the two running backs in the back.
You know why? It's a
triple option.
It's a great idea because nobody else really runs it except the academies, and so you can't stop it because you don't see it every day.
Exactly. So, yeah, those are some tough dudes, man.
So are you now, you played with Bryce in high school. Are you now a big Carolina Panthers fan?
I wouldn't say I'm not the biggest Carolina Panthers fan. I'm the biggest Bryce Young fan there is, but not really. I'm not really a Panthers fan.
Were the LA teams around early enough for you to adopt them? Like, okay,
Great question.
yeah.
I'll answer that question. So I was born in 2001.
Okay.
The Rams won a championship in 2000. They won a Super Bowl in, I think it was 2000 or 2001.
Mm-hmm.
So when they came back to LA, because they went to St. Louis when I was a young kid, ever since they got back to LA, I was like, this is my team because I'm an LA guy, and why not, hop with this team? And I was with them, through the 4-12 season. I sat when we missed the playoffs. Also sat when we only scored 3 points in the Super Bowl against Tom Brady. So, so now we got a Super Bowl under our belt. So I'm geeked about being a Rams
So
fan.
was Stafford the difference maker? Was it that? I mean, they obviously were pretty good, but
man,
Goff had a pretty good year with Detroit last year.
So what I will say, I think in football, everything has to come together. When you have a mastermind like Coach Sean McVay, you have great defensive players like Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey on the back end, Nick Scott. And then when you gel that with Cooper Kupp, Matthew Stafford, you get Odell Beckham junior
Mm-hmm.
You have I'm blanking on the running back's name, but he's a great running back that played at Florida State. When all that Cam Akers, when all that comes together, that's what the Super Bowl is.
He's a Florida State guy.
Yeah, he's an FSU guy. You've knuckled him and you've knuckled him.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
I love your personality. I do.
Thank you.
I don't know what the future is for you, which will be successful in football, but whatever it is, you keep this that you have.
Yes,
it will be successful with whatever you do.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I mean that. So
yes.
Brigham Young, Big 12, all of things. You guys played Baylor twice the last couple of years.
Yes.
Last year was a knockdown drag out.
Yes.
The intensity of the crowd and the atmosphere in Provo. Can you explain it?
Dude, let me just shout out Baylor football team first before I get to the intensity of the crowd. Those dudes hit so hard every single play. I commend that back end and the front that they had. Those dudes played tough every single play. But, yeah, I mean, you got 8:30 kickoff. It was a late game. Lights were out, man, and we lost to them the year before. So, of course, our fans were going to come out raving. I think it was the second game of the season. So, it was intensity on a whole nother level. So, it was a great atmosphere to be around. Great way to make some plays in that game, but I had a lot of fun.
All right, Kody, it's great to see you.
Yes.
And really, thank you for being a part of the show. You said thanks for having you on, but thank you for being a part of the show. Lighten it up a little bit. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you guys.
Kody
Hope you
Epps,
have a great day.
Brigham Young wide receiver with us on 365 Sports. Alan Samuels, Dodge Chrysler Jeep.